Alright, welcome back everybody. If you have been watching the series, this is the point where we do the hard crap, where we actually snap objects together. Excuse me. So what we have done so far, just a real quick recap. We'll go ahead and get Unity loaded and get the game going. I'll show what we've got so far. Excuse me again. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is essentially make a build mechanic similar to Fallout 4, where we have our object. It's going to snap to other game objects, and we can build things however we like. So what we have so far, the game is running. Right now, we just finished in the last video building a mechanic that is our build mode, essentially. Now, if I hit my toggle key, I can't move the brick at all. Okay, because we're not in build mode. If I hold down our V key, which is our build mode key, turns on build mode. At which point, I can hit my E key, which is our grab key in a way, and I can move our object around. I can zoom it out to a maximum preset distance. I can move it in, zoom in to a preset distance. It doesn't zoom through the camera anymore. It doesn't zoom out to infinity. And our triggers still work, but it doesn't snap to the objects the way that we need. So the last two mechanics that we have to build, and this may be several videos and they may be long, but again, I'm doing this as a vlog, a developer's vlog, more than a tutorial session, but hopefully someone will find something useful out of it. So we need to build our snap mechanic first. We need it to whoosh, snap right in there and essentially kind of lock in place and not go anywhere. The next mechanic we need is for us to be able to actually, we're going to try off build mode. What we need it to do, ooh, interesting. Ooh, nice. So found a little bug. Our build mode is turned off, but we can still move our brick around, so we have to cancel that. So we're going to go back in here, hit E, and then get out of build mode. So I'll have to fix that real quick. But anyway, what we need is also a mechanic that when I move the mouse away from our game object and the ray cast goes outside of the game object, it needs to unlock the block and move it back where our mouse is so that we can move it around until we place it in its final position, in its final form. Okay, so first of all, let's fix that little bug that we just saw where we can continue to move objects after we are out of build mode. So we're going to go all the way down to where we hit our menu key or escape key to exit build mode. And it's going to turn this false, and it's actually going to turn... Oh, where is our trigger? Let's see. Build mode. Build object. Is movable. That's what it was. So we're going to go... Yep. And we're going to set that to false. Let's test it. That should stop it. That should stop that from happening. I'll go back over to the game. Game is running. Go into build mode. Move our block. Hit escape, and it stops it. Excellent. Now let's go back into build mode and make sure that nothing weird is happening. I can still move it around and hit escape. Excellent. Easy fix. One other thing I'm going to change real quick is I'm going to change the amount of time that it takes to get into build mode. 3 seconds is a little bit too long. There we go. Change that to 1.5. So, how in the world are we going to get an object to snap into place? I've gone over several different theories on how to do this. What I've come up with using the raycast is if the raycasts are firing true, which at about this point, two of the 6 raycasts would actually fire true. So what needs to happen is it needs to find the information from the other objects, which would be this one and this one here. It needs to get their position and then set this box according to that box size. Now, here's the problem. This works for cubes just fine. In theory, I haven't tested it yet. However, things like flat walls and like the door frame example that we had earlier may not work quite right. It kind of depends on how you design the model, I suppose. That is something I will have to probably play around with later on. But for right now, let's see if we can at least get objects snapping where they need to snap, and hopefully this will work. So we already know that when we do this right here, that we can get the information for the object right here, the object that it collides with. I don't want to turn the other raycasts off, so this may be a little bit glitchy, and in fact, it may not work in the long run, but we're going to go ahead and proceed with it and see how it turns out. And if all else fails, we'll scrap it and figure out a better way to do it later on. So, we're going to get the other object's position and use that to kind of set the position of the block that we're trying to place. So let's say all of the other object's information is right here in left hit, like the collider name and so forth. So let's get this back here. Oops. Alright. Plus. And that is new line for those that don't know. It's a carriage return. So we want to make sure we can get the information that we need. So left hit dot transform dot position. Okay, so we're going to change this on all of these here. Right hit. I'm going to have to turn on all these debugs again. I know it's a rather annoying amount of output when we're running the game, but I just want to make sure that we get all the information that we're going to need to make everything work. And again, if any of you guys watching the video are a little bit more advanced coders, if there's a better way to do multiple raycasts like this, cleaner code, please feel free to scold me profoundly and point all of us in the right direction to learn how to do that. So let's go ahead and test this and make sure that we get the right the output that we expect, I should say. Okay, we're going to go into build mode, grab our block, and ka-chink. Excellent. So let's see what our output is here. Snap build cube 1, which we have 2 is the one that we're moving. This one right here. So we're actually getting a lot of output here. We're getting 1, which is this one here. 1 to 2, 0 to 2, 2 to 1, 1 to 2 again, which I think is because I was kind of moving the mouse around, and then 1 to 2, but we're not getting 2 to 1. There we are, right there. Okay, so this makes sense. So because there are colliders, or I'm sorry, raycasts on all these other boxes here, I'm thinking if I want to disable those at some point. which I probably will because this is a lot of extra overhead in our code. So what we're going to do is actually wrap all this in our in build mode code here. So we're going to say if and capture all of that, I believe. See if I got that right. Actually, you know what? We can even take this a little bit further. And we can grab that, which is our movable. Excuse me, I'm dying over here. Do we want to wrap our controls? No, we don't. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this and see how this looks now. Oh my goodness, I broke it. Okay. Oh, right. Because I did not finish it. That's why. All right, let's do that again. Hey. All right, so now, in theory, we should get the... Actually, no, this is going to fire all of them again. We're going to have to wrap it in the is movable. Huh. Okay. Right. No, that should work. So our controls should fire just fine. So we could go into build mode just fine. Wait a minute. It's our E key, make movable here, that did not fire correctly. And it is strange that it did not fire correctly. That way we get some output and we don't have to rely solely on the graphical UI. Okay, so now it's on, but our E key, which is our make movable, is not working. And it started when we wrapped all this. Actually, turn that off. Let's move this out of our wrap code here and see what happens. Okay, so, okay, that did work. Excellent. So this, for some reason, is movable equals true. Oh, duh. As soon as we go into build mode, it was shutting it off. It was keeping it from happening. So I actually need to change this to be true. And then we can move this back in here. Now it should work just fine. Okay, build mode is on. And still getting a lot of extra collisions, which is what I theorized we would get anyway, which is fine. Okay, so what we need we need to change it. This right here, is this public or private? It is private. Okay. Let's do this. And y'all are getting to build this with me, so I will probably code and recode and change and fix all kinds of crap as we go forward. Let's see, this is the transform. I can probably leave that right there. Let's try it. Let's do it. Okay, build mode is on. And ka-chunk. Perfect. So it's only colliding with cube 1. There we go. Interesting. It only fires 1 when I do it that way. It only fires 1 true on one of the raycasts. I do not know why, but I don't know enough about raycasts to be able to answer that. Probably one of you other guys that have done raycasts a million times will be able to answer that. But I think in the long run, that's actually going to work out for us. Okay, so we are looking at, we can get the position, we can get the position, we can get the name of it. So then we need to set the object. We're actually going to be doing the right, so we'll try it on one of these and then we'll copy paste a million times. Hum diddly yum. So we need to get the position and then set our game objects, the movable game object. You know what? Let's just try to match the position, see what happens. Set movable object position to match non-movable object position. I give up on typing tonight. Right hit dot transform dot position. I don't know if that's going to work or not. It may fire an error. I don't know. Since we're doing vector 3s, should be fine. Okay. Build mode on. Moving. Ka-chunk. So it captures the position but does not set the game object position. Okay. That was on the right hit. I should have done this a long time ago, but I didn't. Snap top, snap bottom. I am probably thinking backwards for some reason. I don't even know. It's like 5, 6 a.m. Snap back. Build mode's on, move, and ka-chunk, snap right. Okay, so it is right. Okay, excellent. So we have the position there, 110, which is right. Why then is this not working? Let's check some documentation. Okay. So that is correct code. So that means that something else is actually overriding the position, and I think I know what it is. So while this is running, we need to set a Boolean to stop this right here. That's what we need to do. And I think we had a Boolean good placement right there. There it is. Alrighty, we're making headway. Equals true. And then we're going to say if good placement equals false, oops, is equal to, comparison not assignment, if good placement equals false, then we should be able to move it around just fine. And that will be part 1 of our last mechanic piece. So we'll go ahead and test it, see what happens here. Build mode is on, move, bam. Look at that. That is perfect. Now, that's exactly what we wanted. It moved to the position of the object that it collided with right here. It moved directly to that to that position there. Okay, so that's for that. Now we actually need to set the position to, let's see, the movable object position to the target position minus a certain amount of size. Now, as far as I know, we can't get unit size of an object and here's the problem. So here's another thing. Right is left, left is right in this. So our right collider is hitting the left side of the standing object, the static object. So we actually need to set our position of our movable object to the left of the static game object that just fired on our right trigger. So we're gonna have to set some variables here. Let's see, float. Actually, you know what? We can do it a little bit higher and say, let's see. Yeah. Float position x equals transform dot position dot x. Float pause y. Ah, you're making it worse. All right. So let's see. This dot transform dot position dot x equals right hit dot transform dot position dot x. Let's just say divided by 2 for right now. I don't know why that's going to be a thing. We're just testing right now. And then we want the same y and the same z. Yeah, so we can use this. Dot y. Dot y. All right, so this should set the game object to. It's gonna look a little weird, but I don't know of a better way to do that, and I'll have to do some research probably. But we're gonna test this and see what it looks like. Oh my gosh, errors. Consider storing. Oh my gosh, the whole reason we did this. Pause X. Pause Y. Pause Z. Alright, let's see what happens. That should work. Get out of here. Okay. Compiled and running. Build mode. It's on. Movable. Ka-chunk. Very interesting. So, no idea what just happened. I think I'm setting... Nope, good placement equals true. It's right there. It's almost like it's not setting it quite right yet. Okay, let's do another test. Okay, so it's immediately stopping as soon as the collider hits. It's not even getting where I need it to. Okay. Alright. So maybe a frame thing too. Okay. So yeah, it's setting the values, but it's not moving it before that this good placement right here is firing. So I need like a half of a second delay in there. Let's see. And I can't disable it for testing, otherwise all this is going to fire too. Let's see here. Well, you know what? I can do it in the editor. Let's see what happens. Not a darn thing. Oh, right, because I'm not in build mode. Oh my god. Okay. Getting tired, y'all. The heck? Okay, now my raycasts aren't even going. Say, if in-build mode is true, is movable. Okay. There we go. So it's working, but I can still move it. It needs to set it. It's trying to lock in there, isn't it? That's interesting. Okay. Well, I think I've run into why this is not a good design. All right. It is at the 30-minute mark. It's at 6 a.m. Central Time here where I'm at. I'm going to go ahead and stop this video. I'm going to work on this a little bit off screen, see if I can figure out a better way to do this. I'm getting really tired, so I may continue this later on today and then upload all the videos tonight. I will post everything on the Facebook, Desolate Star Facebook page, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.